After wandering for years in the wilderness, the Israelites were finally on the brink of entering the land God had promised them, the land of Canaan. But when they sent spies to scout out the land, they encountered something that would shake their faith in God's promise: giants. In the book of Numbers 13, Moses sent 12 spies to explore Canaan. They were tasked with finding out what the land was like and if the people there were strong. And while the land was fertile and rich, something far more troubling stood out to the spies. They reported seeing the Anakim, a race of giants living in the land. Now, the Anakim weren't just tall people. They were described as giants. The spies said, "We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." Numbers 13:33. And in the eyes of the Israelites, this was a giant problem. The fear spread quickly and doubts flooded their hearts. 10 of the spies returned with an overwhelming and fearful report. The giants, they said, were too powerful to overcome. Despite the land being beautiful and full of promise, the Israelites couldn't see past their fear. Only Joshua and Caleb, 2 of the 12 spies, stood firm in their faith. But the majority wanted to turn back to Egypt. This moment of fear and disobedience led to dire consequences. God had promised them the land, but their refusal to trust Him caused a break in their relationship. Because of their unbelief, God declared that this generation would not enter the promised land. Instead, they would wander in the wilderness for 40 years, 1 year for each day the spies spent in Canaan. During those 40 years, the Israelites faced great hardship. They had the opportunity to walk straight into the promised land, but allowed fear and doubt to keep them out. The Anakim, these giants, became a symbol of the Israelites' greatest obstacle. A reminder that fear can often be a bigger enemy than the challenges themselves. But here's the twist in the story. Despite their initial fears, the Israelites would eventually enter the land, and they did confront the Anakim. Cities like Hebron, which were once home to the Anakim, were taken by Joshua and the Israelites. Some Anakim were driven out, but others remained in cities like Gaza and Gath, the very place where later the giant Goliath would emerge to challenge David. This story teaches us something important about the power of fear and faith. The Israelites missed out on God's promise because they let fear control them. But when they trusted God and stepped into the battle, they were victorious, even against giants. Now, I want to speak directly to you. Maybe you're facing giants in your life today, obstacles that feel too big, dreams that seem too far out of reach. But here's the thing, the same God who led the Israelites into the promised land, the same God who helped them overcome their fears, is with you too. It's time to step into your promise. Don't let fear keep you from what God has planned for you. Trust Him, take that first step, and watch how He moves on your behalf.
Chronicle Voyage.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for notifications. See you in the next video.